A very good evening, Zimbabwe. Masquera say. My name is Ronald Wekwa Makusha, and these days tirikutepenyura tiri paruzevha tiri kumusha so that tine tichikavha zvimwe zvinhu zvinenge zvida kuitwa. And today we want to take a look on Advocate Chamisa, the way he is going to deal with corruption from 2023 and beyond. And that is what is very important, because if we get new leadership and if we don't deal with institutional corruption, with cartels, we are not going to benefit anything. Why? The economy will continue to bleed, whilst cartels and individuals who are so powerful, or a few elites, they continue to live large, they continue to benefit. So right now, the situation is that the majority of our people are not benefiting anything from the economy, whilst a few individuals are benefiting everything. From healthcare, the elites are benefiting. Education, the elites are benefiting. Housing, the elites are benefiting. Farms, the elites are benefiting. Banking, the elites are benefiting. Jobs, the elites are benefiting. Everything is about the elites. And everything is against the poor. But when it comes to voting, the poor, they go in the forefront to vote, while the elites, they will be outside Zimbabwe enjoying at the expense of the poor. And Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to deal with each and every aspect of corruption. From 2023, what we just need to do is to vote for him. Tango Papa mandate is going to deal with that issue. But what is very, very important is how. We cannot say Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to end corruption without explaining to the people of Zimbabwe how he is going to do it. So I'm going to give you 10 basic ways which Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to implement first to make sure that he eliminates corruption in the nation of Zimbabwe, and that will save a lot of resources and help a lot of people. So corruption is not only about the issue of bribes. So you would say, Kuti, corruption does have different types. It's not about bribes. So if you look at the poor people, they see resources being wasted. You see cars being bought at the expense of ambulances, at the expense of radiotherapy machines. That is corruption. And it hurts poor people. So you have to identify what is corruption. You have to know what is corruption, so that when you are responding to these issues, you respond to these issues accordingly and using the best methods to do so. So you would see that the institutional corrupt activities where we see prices being inflated. Yes, the processes have been followed. Zvaenda kutenda, the documents, they look so legal. But look at the price, it's inflated. Corruption is at work. The person with the company is related to the director of the institution. That is corruption. Who is benefiting at the end of the day? It is the director of the company. So you would see that when you see the bigger chunk of the money going towards the costs of an organization, it shows that there is corruption, there is ineffectiveness. We cannot have a budget of 100%, of which 70% of that budget is going towards the expenses of the institution, and 30% goes towards social service delivery. So that alone is a sign that corruption is there. Corruption is rife, and everywhere you go, corruption is in place. So I want to give you the second scenario. Power of the people. Advocate Nelson Chamisa is not going to fight corrupt elements on his own. He's going to give power to the people. If we give citizens power to deal with corrupt elements, you see corrupt elements vachizara kupolisi uko. Hamugarike munyika. vanhu chaivo vakapiwa simba vachizviziva kuti iyi imba iyi yakavakwa nemari yecorruption. Haigarike imba iyoyo. So the power of the people is very important. Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to smartly use power of the people to deal with corruption. Tongosvika tokubvunzai, nhai baba, chimbotiratidzaiwo business renyu ramuri kuita riri kuita kuti muvake 52 bedrooms imi muri civil servant. And izvozvozvo chete zvinoitika kana tine mutungamiriri are willing to give the people power to deal with corrupt elites. So izvozvo zvinotibatsira kuti tuone kuti vanhu vanenge vakuziva kuti mapriorities ndeapi. Hatingagare muchipatara musina mishonga, but director achidriver Range Rover inenge ichirova 4 liters per every 10 kilometers. It won't work like that. So another issue, number 3, Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to cut all the red tapes. How? The economy of Zimbabwe at this moment in time is fully functioning on what can I say? Okay, on informal issues. The economy is informal itself. A lot of people are not paying taxes. A lot of people are not paying their dues to the government institutions. They are evading. Why? They are not formalized. So Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to make sure that each and every business is formalized. Each and every person trading is formalized. You are a vendor, formalize. You are a tuck shop, formalize. You are a combi owner, formalize. That is going to deal with corruption. Why? Kana makombi aramsiyamwa zvinonetsa kuti timamonite, but kana makombi aya akaformalizwa, everything is formal. Tinyatsoziva kuti aya makombi aya nda John Sire Transport. We will be able to look at those combis and say, are these combi roadworthy? No. Are these drivers competent enough to drive? No. These are the issues which we can closely look at. But right now inongori mvengechere inongova njake chake. Mavendors amuka achitengesa mapoto ake akadai amuka achita chakati amuka chaya. You see, there is chaos everywhere. There is no order in the economy. So formalizing everything, bringing together the formal and the informal processes, we are going to deal with the issue of corruption, because everything will be done from one place. And when everything is being done from a formal place, it means the government is now ready to deal with the issue of corruption. We've cut some red tapes. Pasina nyaya kukata ma processes tichijamba jamba tichita sei. Okay. Let us deliver goods and services in the ministries, in the institutions. That is point number 4, which Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to deal with. How? If ukaenda kumapurisa right now, you have forgotten your driver's license. You are forced to pay a bribe just because you have forgotten your driver's license. Because if you don't do that, you pay a fine of $20 kuti hauna license yako imsuyo. But what does the law says? The law says ukabatwa nemupurisa uchidriver usina license yako pauri, you'll be given 7 days to present your driver's license to the police. 7 days. Which means haifaniri kuita mhosva kuti musi wacho ndafamba ndakanganwa license. Sometimes ndiri kutobva kumusha and ndiri mumotikari yehama, ndakaona zvisiri necessary ndifambe nedriver's license yangu. Poita an emergency tiri pakati peroad and pari dangerous. Inini I have a license, I can drive. Paita problem, the driver I develop a problem. Ndoto driver totoenda mberi nejourney. That is normal because I am a licensed driver. As long as I'm driving a car which is in my class. Ndikasangana nemapurisa, I should be able to explain, and the police should give me an opportunity to present my driver's license within 7 working days. That is not happening. Panama spot fine. We'll make sure that we close all those leakages. But moreover, I need to give you an example. Kana uchishandisa phone yako, matarisira tinongoita muvhoters roll redu rezek, if I am registered to vote. The police can use that. The government or the Ministry of Transport can link the Center of Vehicle Registry or the department which deals with my driver's licenses. They can be linked into the database. So anongoenda mpurisa ototi right ID number yako inoti shamwari otoita star chakadaro 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 star 224 star otoisa ID number yako hash yobva yatoburitsa this person, because nobody shares an identity number. Inobva yatoburitsa ipapo this person anonzi Taurai, this is his driver's license. Obva madetails atobuda ipapo nekwawakatora driver's license negore rawakatora neclass yacho. It should be easy using any phone. Kungo daila so using a code. Madetails atobuda. That will take us far in terms of dealing with ima issues, bribes, because the driver's license is not available. Because mnachangoona kuti it's better nipe mpurisa $5 panondibhadhara $20 sport fine in license ndarikanganwa kumba. So even ingava defensive, ingava chii, ingava retest, you can easily check if the people have those documents by simply using their driver's license number, their passport number, or their ID number. Just using your phone. So you'd see kuti that is so easy. Kuti if we deliver necessary tools within the government departments and institutions, you begin to see corruption going down. Let people apply for passports online. Wobva watotumirwa an appointment later through an SMS. Yokuti unongosvika uchitopinda vachitoverifya ndiwani. Link department rema passports, link to the department rekwa registrar. Have a linked database. Rekuti we have a linked database. Zvinhu zvese zviri kuoperate from one point. You see kuti zvinotitira easy kuti if you apply for a passport yako inobuda is very easy. You just go, you confirm your details. Uripo if you have to watobhadhara mari dzako online, everything you've done it online. You just go, you confirm your fingerprints, you confirm your face, you confirm yourself. Wobva watopiwa driver's license yako. These are things which can be done online if you capacitate my institutions and you by simply delivering the tools of trade. So you will see kuti those are the issues which Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to deal with, just to make everything easy. Everything will be easy. Iwewe ukafamba ne ID yako inenge ine chip. Your ID will be capacitated with a chip. Your ID can be used pese pawaenda iwewe. You can use your ID. And it will be easy. Why? Because panenge pane biometric system yekuti you confirm everything using a fingerprint. Ukapinda bank, before you sign, you confirm with a fingerprint. I am ningi. This is my ID, but you confirm with a fingerprint first. It's so simple. So you'd see kuti tikangodaro chete, you begin to see ukatosvika kuzvitupa kana kumabirth. Izvezvi ndakagara pandakagara panapa. I just take my phone, I log onto a government portal, I apply for a birth certificate. Ndotonyora reason yekuapply for birth certificate ndeyakati. Kana zvinhu zvazviri institutionalized zvese zviri central, ndikaenda kunoripota kupolisi kuti ndakabirwa ID yangu, ndakabirwa birth certificate rangu. Pavanongonyora that report yekuti ndakabirwa, pandakuto applya ku department rinoita nezvezvitupa, zvinobva zvatobuda kuti you reported kuti wakarasa madocuments musi wakati. It helps kuti even munhu akarasa chitupa kana kuti chikwama kana kuti akarasa akangoenda kanoripota ndakarasa chitupa changu, ndakarasa chikwama changu, the police ikangopinda padatabase wakarasa chakati musi wakati, kana pane chakaonekwa chikaiswa kupolisi, zvakutobuda kuti chitupa chako chiri papolice station yakati. Munhu asati atotora chitupa, asati arinyowa chitupa, akukwanisa kuenda unotora chitupa. Izvezvi ndikanhonga chitupa chemunhu kana kuti documents emunhu, I can go pa government portal ndotonotaipa inini lost and found, ndotoenda pa lost and found, ndotononyora kuti ID, ndotoisa ID number yemunhu, ndotoisa everything about that person. Ike zvinezvi everything is digitalized, which means the police inobva yatoziva kuti okay, pane munhu akarasa chitupa ari kwakati, kune munhu akarasa drivers license ari kwakati, akarasa certificate ari kwakati. Zvatoiswa in the database, in the system. Once we do so, that person is informed through an SMS kuti shamari uri pakati pakati wakarasa chinhu chako pakati. Or the police uses the address to go and notify munhu anonzi ningi akarasa zvakati zviri pakati kana kuti paanoenda kunoaplya otoudzwa shamari madocuments ako ari kwakati, go and collect those documents. That is how we are going to deal with corruption, using the new government, using technology, the power of technology, delivering what is needed in the institutions and knowledge which is needed in the institutions. So you'll be told, yeah, Chamisa ana plan, Chamisa akazoita say ideology, Chamisa iri papi. It's not about ideology, it's about what are your plans. Uchazvita say. What about sanctioning team? That is another very important aspect. So you'd see if you give sanctions to certain people or to certain individuals, vanoita zvekuba, if you sanction them, they will know very well kuti tikaba, if you go to China, ukaba unourayiwa. The corrupt people are being hanged. And corruption, iriko, is very low. That is how people deal with issues zinechekuita necorruption. So it's very important for us to know that all these issues can be used to our own advantage. And Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to do that. And another very important issue here, let us use global influence. Let us unite with global institutions, Vana Interpol, Vana United Nations, to Vana African courts, to deal with crime, to deal with corruption, to deal with these issues. Because we have seen a lot of people, vanobama ari kuno ku Zimbabwe, vonoiviga ku UK, vonoiviga ku Switzerland, vonoiviga ku South Africa. Roping in international institutions is going to deal with all those issues. And that is what Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to do. He's going to make sure that you'll be able to identify ningane mari kwakati. Why are you banking millions and billions outside Zimbabwe? Muchitadza kubenga mari munyika menyu. Munyika yenyu inogara iri dry. Muchienda unobenga mari kune dzimwe nyika. Just because of corruption. So you'd see kuti another important issue is to build capacity for those who need it most. If you look at the police officers we have, the CIOs we have, the military we have, do they have the capacity to deal with crime in the nation of Zimbabwe, especially the issues of cybercrime? We saw Tim Pachedu coming out vachitaura about the loopholes dziri pama government institution portals. Okay, let's agree kuti what happened may be wrong or not. That is not the issue. The issue is, did Tim Pachedu tell the truth? If yes, it means there is need to strengthen the capacity of our institution or our institutions, to capacitate the institutions. It's very important to do so. So we need to make sure that we have an effective system inokwanisa kuchengetedza zvinhu, inokwanisa kutreka ma-issues of corruption, inokwanisa kudhila nema-issues of corruption. That is going to help us. Because vanhu vari kuziva zvavanoita, they can easily combat corruption, they can easily deal with corruption. Let us capacitate them. And Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to do that. Pane issue inoti kunzwa nekuita, which is in the scriptures. You have to do what you say, so that when you do, you learn. So Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to learn by doing, by delivering, by fighting corruption. He's going to learn. He's going to fight corruption head on, and from that, he is going to learn. So that is what is going to happen. These are just basics which I made a decision to come with. There are so many issues or many ways to talk about it. If you go to America, they do what they call they enhance international cooperation and partnerships. Voice some sanctions, wait a say. That is what they do. So you'd see kuti there are so many ways to do it. Let us deny corrupt people safe haven. We cannot allow corrupt people to continue doing whatever they want. Is it Angwataris? We need to improvise to put measures in place to make sure that we deal with those issues. Let us just recognize my reforms. Isai my reforms, isai my visa restrictions, isai my travel restrictions, isai use of Interpol into place. Isai zvinhu zvese zvakadaro. Isai coordination and make people learn how to combat corruption. That is what Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to do. It means every person will be informed about what needs to be done, what can be done, and what can't be done. Each and every person will be given an opportunity to learn. Vanhu vanofanira kupota vachitumirwawo mamessages so ekungovadzidzisa mabasic ways emarights avo kana vakapinda mumainstitutions, government institutions. But if you get into a government institution, on a certain day ndakapiwa mari patollgate reHarare yanga yakabvaruka, and they said each and every tollgate rinoaccepta mari yakadai so. Ndasvika patollgate reMasvingo, there was a lady anga aripo, zvikanzi hatitambire mari yakadai so, yakazobvaruka, yakazoita so. Ndikati, but mari ndaipiwa from the previous tollgate yandabva, I paid $10 and I was given this $5 as change. Iwo wakuiramba $5 iyoyo. That is how corruption starts. It shows kuti pane magame anenge achitotambwa. But Advocate Nelson Chamisa is going to deal with these issues. I have given you the vision of Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Pandakaidzurawo pandakaona vapachitaurwa about the plans to deal with corruption, how they are going to do it. I tried to briefly explain zvakawandisa zvinhu zvacho from the document randakaona, but I just tried to give you the highlights yekuti zvinhu zvacho zvinofamba sei. So I just researched about those issues, ndikauya nemanotes ndikamaisa in the description box, the notes about those issues. Ndakangozo researcha further because zvakaiswa in point forms, and I understand kuti direction yes yakamira sei. That is the reason why we say change is coming to the nation of Zimbabwe. Signing out, my name is Ronald Wekwamakusha. Let us continue to work. Let us continue to bring change to the nation of Zimbabwe by registering to vote and allowing Advocate Nelson Chamisa to assume state power and authority so that he can deliver that Zimbabwe we all want. This is it, Team Zimbabwe. Let us meet in other episodes.